Warning: the stories you are about to hear are real and unscripted. Names have been changed to protect the identities of those involved. Viewer discretion is advised.
The night this happened, I had been at a friend's house watching an old scary movie. We started the movie late and I fell asleep midway through it. I was woken up by a thunderstorm around 2:30 a.m. and that was my exit. On the way home I stopped for gas. The service station itself was closed, with the pumps being open for anyone paying by a card. I live in a large but spread out city and the gas station itself was just outside of the arts district, which is like a ghost town late at night. While filling up, I noticed an iPhone laying on the ground next to the pump. With no one around for miles, and being the snoop that I can be, I picked it up and decided to take it with me for further, quote-unquote, inspection. I figured someone would call and I would locate the owner that way, and if not, then I would return it to the gas station the very next day where the attendant was on duty. While driving home, I started snooping through the phone. Surprisingly, the phone was almost fully charged and there was no passcode at all set. I thought it was strange that the phone wasn't locked, but not strange enough to give it more than a second thought. Of course, I went straight to the photos. What I found was not what I expected. I think there were around 50 pictures on the phone. All of the pictures, except for 2 of them, were candid pictures of a young man around my age in various locations, with at least 10 to 15 of those pictures being him apparently working at a Target, and maybe 5 of the photos being taken in the arts district where I just came from. The 2 pictures that were not of this guy were selfies of a man whose face was slightly disfigured by what appeared to be burns. They weren't terrible burns, but they definitely made the guy look scary, and seeing him staring back at me at those pictures really spooked me. Weirder still, the selfies had clearly been taken inside of a Target, and there was a young guy in the background of the pictures who I think was the same guy in all the other pictures. Realizing I had stumbled onto something weird, I closed the Photos app, and as soon as I did that, the phone locked and a message appeared saying, "I know you have my phone, and I know where you are. I'm coming for my phone." I had completely forgotten about Find My iPhone until that moment. I quickly realized that the owner of the phone had remotely activated Find My iPhone and was probably tracking me in real time. I thought that taking the phone back to the gas station and dropping it where I found it, but the message along the photos got the best of me and I started to get paranoid. I had the crazy idea in my head that maybe the owner of the phone had somehow activated the phone's camera and could see me. I'll be honest, I was a little stoned at the time. Fearing the apparent burn victim and stalker who the phone belonged to, I did what any normal and well-adjusted adult would do. I pulled over and smashed the iPhone and ditched it in a Ripple glass recycling can on the opposite side of town. My bad. But maybe this act of property destruction saved some poor guy from this stalker. I hope so.